Today on the Hopefulist, stop delaying your happiness. I'll tell you how. Your favorite indulgences and an American Idol, an original American Idol reunion.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning, good morning. It is a cool, crisp, autumn feeling like morning here at the Jersey Shore. Today is Hump Day, Wednesday, September 18th, 2019, day 6 of Gotta Get On Ellen. All kinds of things happening today. I did not make it to the sunrise yesterday. Got done a little bit later than I had anticipated, so I'm starting a little early today. Today I will be there. However, even though I did not make it to the sunrise, Tucker and I decided to go to take a walk at this wildlife reserve that they have on Cedar Bonnet Island, which is just before Long Beach Island. I've been wanting to do it for quite some time, and I hadn't ever gotten there. So I took little Tucker, my podcast partner, with me. I think I may have overdone it for her. We haven't been going on a lot of walks as of late, so she's a little out of shape. And this was a long one, so I even carried her for part of it because I felt really bad. Then she came home and literally collapsed. just collapsed right on the tile floor. She's like, "Whew, I'm tired." But she was back up, bouncing around, ready to play some ball within a couple of hours. So I think it was good for her overall. So I got some great pictures. I posted a couple of them on the group page. If you haven't seen them, check them out. And I will be able to make some of my fabulous pictures from some of these awesome shots with my favorite quotes throughout the next couple of weeks, months, what have you. And like I said, I do plan to be at the beach this morning for the sunrise. And there is a guy on one of the pages that I follow that takes sunrise pictures like every day. And yesterday's sunrise was, of course, the most amazing sunrise. He might just make them look a lot better in his pictures, but I was really sorry that I missed it. So we're having a great stretch of weather right now. There's like no rain in the forecast whatsoever. Pure sunshine, cooler temperatures. I think it is going to get hotter again in the next couple of days, but today and tomorrow are going to be really cool. The only problem is very windy conditions, which me and the wind just don't get along. Kind of deters me from taking a nice bike ride, from getting out on the kayak, and the time for this is winding down, especially the kayak. So maybe I will try to get out and get a kayak ride in today. It's been a while. It has been a while. But yeah, the wind makes it that much harder and not as much fun, I gotta tell you. So I will post some pictures from this morning's sunrise at the beach. The great thing about going to the beach first thing in the morning is I don't even care how I look. I'm like, yeah, I don't care if my hair is not even in a nice ponytail. Sometimes I just put a hat on. Think I will definitely stop at Wawa today, get me some pumpkin coffee so I can have some fall scents and some fall tastes while I'm watching the sunrise. So it's going to be a good day. That's right. We wake up in the morning, we set our intention to have a good day. And the things that come along that try and ruin it, we just bat them down. Bat them down. Bad coworkers, bat them down. Boss giving you a hard time, bat them down. Kids getting on your case, bat them down. Not, literally. I mean figuratively. Don't bat them down. But we're going to have a great day today. We're going to set the intention, and then we're going to do it. Some football news for you this morning. Eli Manning of the New York Giants has been benched. The era of Daniel Jones begins. I feel a little bad for Eli. It's really not his fault that they suck so bad. It is probably his time. I wish that they would have thought of this before the start of the season, because now he has to sit on the bench. This kind of sets up the scenario that I had mentioned someone talked about earlier in the season, that Eli could potentially come to the Eagles if disaster were to strike and Carson Wentz were to get hurt. I don't think Eli would go to the Eagles. I don't think that he would want to really retire with any other team than the New York Giants. So I have a feeling he's just going to sit down and fade away in the football world, that is. Hopefully, maybe he'll get a broadcasting job. I don't know. I don't know if he's up for a broadcasting job now that I think about it. He always has that deer in headlights look. And I don't know how well he is of a speaker, but a little sad. Eli Manning, of course, brought the Giants 2 Super Bowl wins, of course, against the New England Patriots. Both of their Super Bowl wins with Eli were against the Patriots, and one of them was the year that the Patriots had a perfect record. Perfect. So I believe it was something like 18 wins and 1 giant loss. Yeah. Joe had a shirt that said that. I don't know what happened to that shirt. I actually love that shirt. That shirt's awesome. Because the first time that the Giants played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, all along I was rooting for the Patriots because I hate the Giants. The Giants fans around here have made my life a living hell. So I always root against the Giants whenever I can. And this was before Joe and I were together, so I had no stake in rooting for the Giants whatsoever. But as the game was being played, I guess because they were such underdogs, kind of like the Eagles were when they played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I just found myself rooting for them. So when the time came around again for them to play the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I was married at that point, and I was throwing a Super Bowl party because my husband was a Giants fan. So, of course, then I wanted the Giants to win, and they did. So, other football news, a couple of big quarterbacks have been hurt in the past week, and apparently Colin Kaepernick, his agent, has reached out to the Jets, the Steelers, and the Saints about a job. How long has it been since Colin Kaepernick has played football? It's got to be at least 3 or 4 years, right? I don't know if he's even in a position to be a good player anymore. A lot of people argue he wasn't very good aside from that 1 year with the 49ers. Anyway, which is why he was being relegated to backup status. Colin Kaepernick has been offered a number of backup position jobs, and he refuses to take them. I don't know. I just kind of feel like, he feels that he can't get exactly what he wants. He says no, and then he says that the reason that nobody's hiring him is because of the whole national anthem kneeling situation, which, I don't know, if you really wanted to play football, if you really truly wanted to play football, you would take a backup position and show your stuff when your time came and get back to being a starter. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. All right, moving on from football news. Kelly Clarkson, I have seen her show a couple of times. I have to say, as much as it dismays me to say this, it doesn't really hold my interest. I'm not loving it. I'm just kind of bored with it. I don't rush to watch it. It's just I'm not feeling it. And I love my Kelly girl. But apparently yesterday, and I'm a little sad that I missed this because I didn't even turn it on. I don't think I did. You know what? I did turn it on. And then I went to the nature reserve with Tucker. So apparently she had Simon, Randy, and Paula on her show. The original American Idol judges, the original winner all together again. And that would have been really nice to have seen. I wish that I would have been able to see that. But however, I did miss it. I'm sure that I can find it on YouTube somewhere. But that sounded like a cool thing. Now, I did happen to catch Simon Cowell on Ellen yesterday. He's very funny. He really is. They have this new, I think it's a Hasbro game, lie detector. And so Ellen was asking him all these outrageous questions like, what's more important for women, their brain or their looks? And he's like, why are you asking me these questions? Questions like, do you think you're the smartest person in the room? He'd said, no. It would come up as a lie. Do you think that there's somebody here that has a crush on you? He's like, yeah. Come up as true. It was really kind of funny. So the daytime talk shows are in full swing. There is another one that is starting on Monday, and I have been remiss in my research because I actually didn't plan on talking about this. I can't remember her name, but she's on one of the, lower channels like Channel 11 in New York, probably Channel, is it 17 now in Philadelphia? I don't know. They've changed these channels around so much. But she is touting herself as, I wanted to change my life, so I did. So I'm very interested in this talk show because it sounds a little bit like the Hopefulist to me. So that's some cool stuff. And I think it's Melinda. I'm not sure. I'll find it and I'll let you know. If you know who I'm talking about, you post it up on there on that group page for me. I would appreciate it. So I'm going to move on to the topic because this week we're going back to basics. And on our blog post, I'm going to be referring to, the most important things that I started talking about in the very beginning. I've been doing this for over 5 months now. Who can believe it, right? Over 5 months. Kind of crazy when you think about it. I came up with this little idea, and 5 months later, here I am just plowing through on my mission. All we got to do now is get on Ellen. I've got my conference coming up with my girl Rachel Hollis. Then I'm going to see Oprah, the guru, in February. And, maybe March or April would be a great time to be on Ellen. We'll see. So I wanted to hear from you about what are your favorite inexpensive indulgences? And I put up a picture of a bunch of my favorites, being shoes, my cream donut from my favorite bakery, a good book, a Yankee Candle, getting my nails done, going to grab a bite to eat, a candy bar, Reese's Pieces with candy in the candy. The big cup is the best one with the pieces in it. Or maybe like an ice cream sundae from one of my favorites, Skipper Dipper. So some of the responses that you have given, Roxanne says dinner with girlfriends. That's very good, inexpensive. Jim says Popeye's chicken. My daughter hates Popeyes, but I love it. And on Wednesdays, they have a 2-piece meal for $3.49. He says, I have to stop because my cholesterol is up. But every Wednesday when my daughter leaves to go to her mom's, I say to myself, salad this week, and off to Popeyes I go. Yeah, it's much easier to tell ourselves something ahead of time, but when the time comes, it's more difficult to say no to ourselves. Joe says Twizzlers are his inexpensive indulgence. Joe says ice cream. Marianne says walks on the Sea Isle beach. Denise says a trip to the beach. Marnie says nails and chocolate. Marcy says a trip to the movies and a large popcorn. A large popcorn? Marcy, do you eat a whole large popcorn? Those things are ginormous. Last time I went to the movies, I went with my sister. We went to see Dumbo. Super cute. And we shared a large popcorn, and I was so full because we ate the whole thing. I was so full by the end of it. I was like, why do we feel like it's just acceptable to eat these enormous amounts of food when we're in the dark watching a movie? Oh, it's just too much. Diane says nails every 2 weeks. Melinda says baths. That's a good one. Paula says Lush bath products. Michelle says hot baths. I love hot baths too, but I've been a little up in my weight, and I don't like how my tub, it's not very deep. So when I've got a little bit of weight on, my tummy sticks out of the water.